Hello friends, this is part 9 of basic training in Microsoft Excel. Friends, today we will be having a summarized look of all the part 8 that we have already seen, which included all the basic formulae and also some of the advanced formulae as well. So friends, this is Ali welcoming you to part 9 of basic training in Microsoft Excel. Friends, if you remember during initial part 1 to 8, we have seen some of the basic formulae which included addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, percentages, if functions, VLOOKUP and combination of VLOOKUP with error formula. So we had basically, with the help of all those formulas, we have prepared a report which basically included the salary which we used through VLOOKUP formula, and then transportation and food allowance which were simple using percentages, and finally commission which again used a complicated formula which was if function. So today I just thought of summarizing all the formula which we have seen during first 8 parts, and if you wish to see the detail of any of the function, you can go back part 1 to 8 which contains all this formula that we will be showing you in today's video in a very summarized manner. So the purpose of this is to just revisit all those 8 videos as a snapshot at one go, and to include all the formulas which we have seen during initial 8 episodes, so that you can just revisit them, you can rehearse them, and you can kind of master them as well. So let's do it, friends. First of all, here in this report, our first condition, what we are looking, the first data what we are looking to get up is the salary data of the employee in a company. And for this, if you remember, we have a master data here in sheet 2 which contains all the name of the employee in the company and their salaries. So to get the name salary of these employees which are listed here, employee A, B, C and D, and we need the corresponding salary over here, we will be using VLOOKUP formula. The master sheet is in sheet 2 which has all the name of the employee as I've said, and at column B we have the salary for those respective employee. So let us use the VLOOKUP formula here, friends. So to use VLOOKUP formula, you need to go to the formula tab on the top, click the function button, type in VLOOKUP here. You have typed in VLOOKUP here, click the go button, double click VLOOKUP, and you get the condition which you need to fulfill to get the results for VLOOKUP formula. So first of all, it is VLOOKUP value we are looking up is the name of the employee. We have clicked here. Table array is basically the range is there in sheet 2. This is our range A and B. A contains all the name of the employee and B contains the salary for a corresponding employee. Column index number is the result what we are looking to get here, which is basically salary. So we'll again go here. The salary is there in column B, which is in sequential number 2. A is sequence number 1, B is 2, similarly C3, D4. So in this case the salaries are there in B, and B is basically sequence wise number 2. So we will delete this and we'll just enter the value 2 here. And finally the lookup range is a default value which is false. So we have entered all the conditions, all the requirement. To get the results, just press the OK button. We have got the results here by using the VLOOKUP formula. Just drag it or copy or paste and you'll get all the result. Now for example, let's say friend employee B is on vacation during that particular month. So we get the value as not applicable here in this report for salaries of the employee. So in order to eliminate this, what we need to do is to club the VLOOKUP formula with an error formula. Basically we are looking to get a value 0 since there is no employee B available during that month. We don't want this not applicable sign. We want the sign 0 here to automatically show up as a 0 value. So what we'll do, we'll insert the error formula along with the VLOOKUP formula. Let us do that, friend. Just ahead of VLOOKUP formula, we will just put this default function which is if open bracket is error, and then we'll open the bracket again. You need to know this. You need to kind of literally by heart this format in order to get the result using if is error formula, clubbing it with VLOOKUP formula. So this is what we have done. We have typed in if open bracket is error. Basically we are saying if there is error in formula, the result will be, we will close the bracket again, we will put a comma, we will put the result value which is 0, and we will close the comma again. So we have put the first formula with first condition, the error condition, which states that this is the condition if is error VLOOKUP. Basically what we are saying, if there is error in formula while applying this VLOOKUP, the result should be 0. This is the result value. In case if there is no error, we just need to copy this VLOOKUP again. We'll copy this VLOOKUP formula and we'll paste it here after the 0 sign. We'll paste it here and we'll close the bracket until we have the final bracket black in color. You can see this is green now, and the final bracket will be black in color. So this is how you apply error formula to VLOOKUP. You just drag it down and you will get all the value. We have 0 here because we don't have any value for B here, and in case if you put value for B, let's say 3800, you will get the same value there as well, which is 3800. Friends, if you want to have a detailed look of how to use VLOOKUP formula and how to use error formula, my video part 8 and 7 has got that in great detail. Part 7 has got detailed look of how to use VLOOKUP formula, and in part 8 you can see how to club VLOOKUP formula with an error formula. So here we have just given you the summary of VLOOKUP formula with error formula. Now let's go to the second data requirement, that is transportation allowance. Let's say it is 20% of the salary. It's very simple. We'll put a equal to sign, salary into, let's say, 10%. So this is how you use percentage formula. Just enter it and you get the percentage here. C for basic salary into 10%. You can drag it. Similarly, the food allowance, let's say it is 5% of basic salary, is equal to this into 5%. Again, you can just drag it to get the final result for all the employees in that company. And finally, another complicated formula which we had done during part 5 and part 6, which was if function. So if function, friends, let us see what are the conditions. The company is basically saying if the employee salary is less than or equal to 3000, he will get 20% of the basic salary. If the employee salary is less than or equal to 5000, he will get 10%, which means if an employee is getting less than 3000, he will get 20%. If it is less than 5000 but it is greater than 3000, in between 5000 and 3000, he will get 10% of the salary. And if the employee salary is greater than 5000, he will get no commission. So we have done this exclusively in part 4 and 5. If you want to have a detailed look, you can visit that part, and let us just summarize it here. So basically, let us put the condition here is equal to if open bracket, if the salary, this one, is less than or equal to 3000, we have put the condition. What we have said is that if the salary is less than or equal to 10,000, it will be 20% of the salary. So the result will be this, click here, into 20%. So first condition is done. Now let us put the second condition, which is 5000. If salary is less than or equal to 5000, it will be 10% of the salary. This is the second condition. This into 10%. We have entered the second condition. And what is the final condition? Final condition is if the salary is greater than. So let us put that. If open bracket, salary, this one, click here, greater than 5000, it will be 0, no commission. So we have put as 0, again one comma, and then we close the bracket. We close the bracket until the final bracket is black in color. The third one was black. We press the enter key, we get the result. We drag it to all the cells and we get the result to all the employee. We have here 0 because it is 25,000. Here we have 350, it is 10%. 2800 less than, which is less than 3000. So the result is 20% of the salary. So we have got all the result. So friends, we have done this report, and we have done this report earlier as well, but in 8 parts in detail. We have looked at all the formulas, which included if function, which includes addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, which included percentage function, which we have used here as well, and which included VLOOKUP with error formula, which we have used here as well. We have used all these formulas in detail in initial 8 parts, which included VLOOKUP with error, if function, and all the other basics formula. So the purpose of today's video was just to summarize the initial 8 parts, just to revisit them, rehearse them, just to master them, and I believe that we have done that to some extent, friends. And I hope that you have got completely hold of this report, how to do this report with this formula, what we have already seen it. And still, in case if you have got any queries, any concerns, any doubts in regard to formula, please post them, please comment them. I would definitely respond to them. And I would request you all to please subscribe the video, please like the video, please share the video, friends. And again, today I'll be signing off here, and we'll be meeting you again in another part 10 of basic training of Microsoft Excel with some other formula. So thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you again, friends. Thank you again. Bye.